Markquis Nowell made some headlines once again for this outrageous claim he made about his potential Raptors career. Markquis Nowell probably turning into a little bit of a fan favorite here in Toronto. I wouldn't call him a fan favorite, but a little bit of one here because people just love the attitude. They love the confidence and they love the energy that he brings to the team. If you don't know who Markquis Nowell is, he's an undrafted free agent that the Raptors signed right after the NBA draft. After the player, of course, did go undrafted out of Kansas State, despite putting on some remarkable performances in the NCAA tournament, otherwise known as March Madness, where he set the tournament record for most assists in a single game with, I want to say, 19. It could have been 18. It could have been 20. But unbelievable performances in March Madness, putting the team on his back. So you're probably wondering, one of the best point guards in the nation, setting these records, putting the team on his back in March Madness. How the hell did this player go undrafted? Well, as you probably know already, Markquis Nowell is listed at 5'8". The player himself claims that he is 5'7". So how is Markquis Nowell on an NBA team at this present point with that? On a two-way deal, no less. Not even like a training camp deal. He is on a two-way deal for the upcoming season and had some decent performances as well in Summer League. How did he get to this point at that height? Very rare for a player to succeed at that height. He just has the biggest drive I have ever seen an individual have, maybe. Like his will to work and grind for everything that he has is so admirable because it cannot have been easy to get to this point in his career. And it really must have been difficult because at 5'7", how many times as a kid was he told he's too short to play on this team? As a teenager, he was too short to go anywhere with basketball. Going into college, you're too short to get a scholarship. In college, when he's dominating, you're too short to play in the NBA. And then he gets an NBA deal. You're too short to get on the regular season roster. Yeah, how many times? Can you imagine how much this guy in his life has heard that he's too short and whatnot? So, super, super admirable, his journey to be able to get in the NBA. And if you followed him at all, if you followed, his story at all, if you followed him on Twitter or Instagram, if you sift through the tons of posts that he puts out, he is confident in himself and he has the hunger to succeed in Toronto. So much hunger that he's willing to make outrageous claims just like this because Markquis Nowell has said that he plans on being the best player in Raptors franchise history. So I like that he specifically notes the Raptors. He's appreciative of the Raptors for being the team to provide him that opportunity when maybe other teams weren't willing to give him any sort of thought because of his height. But, what better team than the Raptors really signed this guy? And what better team than the Raptors for Markquis Nowell to sign for? I mean, we have just seen what the undrafted, not that short, not as short as him, but what the short undrafted point guard can do in Toronto. We just saw what Markquis Nowell wants to achieve out of his career. We just saw it happen in Toronto. Fred VanVleet, undersized guard, not as undersized, but undersized guard, undrafted free agent, turning to NBA champion, turning to All-Star, first of all, Fred VanVleet, undrafted free agent, D-League player, D-League champion, NBA player, 6th Man of the Year finalist, NBA champion, starting point guard, NBA All-Star, max contract. The journey has been laid out in what Markquis Nowell wants to achieve. The blueprint for what he wants to do has just been executed by the Raptors. We spoke about on this channel previously, maybe about a month ago now, how high the Raptors are on Markquis Nowell, and it's the most excited they've been about an undrafted player since that man who I was speaking of, Fred VanVleet. So Markquis Nowell, you got to admire the hunger and the drive, but also when it comes to goal setting, maybe do we want to keep them realistic? Markquis Nowell posted this on his Instagram. Here's a screenshot of the Instagram story that he put out, but he said, "I will make history as the best Raptor to ever put on a uniform." So, with Kyle Lowry already claiming the title of the greatest Raptor of all time, the possibility of Siakam one day reclaiming or claiming that title away from Kyle Lowry. As of right now, it's Kyle Lowry. There is a long way to go for Markquis Nowell to get to that point. But is it really a problem that the man is showing this degree of confidence? I don't think so 100%. I mean, with all of his goals here, everything he claimed he's going to do, it probably felt a bit ambitious. But hey, he's probably always felt that his goals have been ambitious. And look at him here today. So for Markquis Nowell, listen, as far as becoming the greatest Raptor to ever put on the uniform, fat chance. But as far as Markquis Nowell making an impact on the team this upcoming season, I don't see a logjam of point guards here. Who are the point guards on this team? Dennis Schroeder, Malachi Flynn, Jeff Dowden's on a non-guaranteed contract, and I don't think he's going to get that guarantee. I think he's going to get cut in summer. So maybe even not Jeff Dowden. And then you have the two-way guys, Javon, Freeman, Liberty, Markquis Nowell, and Jeff Dowden. It's going into summer camp. 5 point guards. How many point guards do I trust at the NBA level of those 5? Dennis Schroeder, end of list. So there was a wide open opportunity for Markquis Nowell to maybe rise up and claim that backup point guard spot. Even that seems more unlikely than not. But Markquis Nowell, if you've watched this guy play, like if you saw him play in the NCAA tournament, there is a reason to feel a little bit excited about the just the thought and possibility of him getting up to an NBA level caliber of a player. So it'll probably be for him a start in the G League. It'll probably be for him, let's see what he does in the G League. Give him an opportunity to play in the G League. Give him a good pick and roll partner. Maybe that pick and roll partner is going to be Christian Coloco, but give him a good pick and roll partner and just see how far his talent can take him. Because we understand if he was 6 feet tall, he'd be a first-round pick. But he's not. He's 4 or 5 inches less than that. Like Fred VanVleet is even, like Fred VanVleet's listed as 6'1". So sure, let's call Fred VanVleet 6 feet tall. As much as Fred VanVleet's short, this guy's like 5 inches shorter than him. So there is a massive difference there. It is a, no pun intended, it is an uphill battle for Markquis Nowell to climb, but the confidence is there, the drive is there, and the hunger is there for Markquis Nowell to succeed in Toronto. And I like the fact that not only is he claiming that he wants to have success in the NBA, he is specifically claiming that he wants to have success with the Raptors. So it's just, I literally said this in March before I even had a thought that he'd be on the Raptors. I said, a team needs to take a chance on Markquis Nowell and see how far the talent can take him. I don't see any reason, even with his height, I really don't see any reason why he can't be a serviceable NBA player for years to come. As far as being a starter, as far as being maybe like even a 6-man, I don't think so. But can he find himself on NBA contract for the next 10 years of his life? I think that is a distinct possibility for Markquis Nowell's career. He's going to want a lot more than that, but that wouldn't be bad either. So let's chat enough about the pity party for Markquis Nowell. I don't think this is a pity party for Markquis Nowell. You know what I mean? I like, obviously you kind of go, it's a shame he's 5'7". If he was 5 inches taller, he'd be a first-round pick, whatever. But, he understands the cards he's been dealt. It doesn't faze him. He's going to go play. He's confident. It's nice having confident players who believe in their abilities, so we'll see exactly how far he can take himself with the NBA this season. But, he's not going to, I promise you guys that when it comes to NBA rosters, like they don't feel that pity. They don't feel that remorse. Like if you can ball, you're going to be playing. If you're too short to ball, you can't ball for whatever reason, they are not going to put you in the NBA. They are not going to give you that opportunity to do so. So he is going to have to earn it despite everything. But hey, I think we can all agree and appreciate that it's pretty admirable the way he's gotten to this point, what he's achieved thus far in his career, and possibly much more to come.